Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sonic Shuffle. I'm Morg, one of the students.
I'm Devon, the other student.
And I'm Dan. And this week, we're talking about Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. I've picked 2 episodes based on the fact that one of them was in a YouTube poop and had a recurring character, and one of them, wait, what did I pick? Why did I pick?
Because it was a duplicate Sonic. I feel like there's a lot of...
Yeah,
I feel like there's a lot of...
I picked it because there was a duplicate Sonic, that's right. I suddenly forgot the first of the 2 episodes.
Robot Man. Man, Sonic properties really love their, copies, don't they?
Yeah, it's kind of a foundational thing about these. Like, let me think. So
Everyone wants to be me.
Yeah. It's sort of based on the same sort of rule of the coolest enemy being the one who fights like you.
True. Everyone remembers the whole Dark Link and everything. But it's just funny because this one is very it looks the same as Sonic, right? I mean, obviously it's still very metallic, but this one's different in that it's more about the thing running it than it is about the actual.
Yeah, we'll get into it with episode 22, Pseudo Sonic. Robotnik built a Sonic robot. Though the deal with this one is you need someone inside to pilot it. It's like a mech suit or something. And he gets this lab rat named Lawrence to do it for him. Lawrence is honestly bigger than I expected. I expected for the gag it would be like a mouse. It would be like actual mouse size, but he's around the same size as Tails, maybe.
And that...
Yeah, Lawrence is just the same size as a person.
Yeah. The show has... It has the problem that, of animals in general. I feel I was thinking about this because they show a dog later in this episode, and I was like, this is the goofy Pluto problem.
At least I will say there are other dogs that are this show runs into it. This series has run into it a couple times. AOSTH has a dog that's just an actual dog, or not AOSTH. Sadam has an actual dog. There's a joke about it way later on in the comics where this one character who was just a dog in the reboot universe is an actual person, and they're fucking weirded out by it.
Oh.
Oh my god.
There's
but yeah, Lawrence, it is weird though, because I would mention the dog, but then the lab rat, it's
yeah,
a more person-y, but they're still treated as a lab rat, kind of.
Yeah. I mean,
to be fair,
I was
this is also Robotnik, who would probably just capture a regular person and call them a lab rat.
Mm-hmm.
Robotnik would use live humans for testing.
I mean, he does use flickies, I guess. I was is this a nod to using flickies to pilot robots? But I guess the flickies aren't in control of the robot.
Yeah.
They're just inside it.
Yeah.
powering it, I guess. I don't know. So I guess it's a little different. But yeah, I mean, Lawrence is talked into piloting the Sonic mech because his parents are kidnapped. Or, well, his parents are also lab rats, but they're being like...
They're being held hostage.
Yeah.
Robotnik's going to fire a surface-to-sonic missile at them.
Yeah. He's gonna blow them the fuck up.
Yeah. They just sort of wave to him whenever they show up on screen.
Yeah. I was convinced they were going to be fake, but no.
Yeah.
They just do that.
You do get nervous around the missile, too.
Yeah. There's like a fun little bit at the start where like Lawrence explains, I can't pilot a Sonic robot, I can't even drive. And Robotnik says that's the start of your evil career. So Lawrence is being... Lawrence gets in the robot, and Scratch and Grounder see it, think it's actually Sonic, try to stop him. And Lawrence uses this to test the robot out. Like, there's a bit where Scratch tries to stop him with a bubblegum bomb. Pseudosonic just keeps him distracted long enough that it just goes off in his hand.
And Grounder uses an anvil, but it falls on his own head, you know.
Yeah, his drill hand turns into like whatever he wants, so it turns into an anvil. Let's see. Robotnik commands Pseudosonic to commit crimes. And we see some more actual humans during this whole crime montage. Yeah.
I mean, we've seen some humans before. Yeah. I mean, other than Robotnik. Like, I think Von Schlimmer kind of counts.
Yeah, I know there's been humans before. I'm just realizing, oh yeah, I guess this world's like a mix of whatevers. Like, you can have humans in it.
Whatever you want is kind of what it seems like. Whatever is the most convenient. Cause he like runs by these like snooty rich people who are like talking about opening a museum, and they like steal Pseudosonic steals the clothes, runs into the museum, runs out, and switches their clothes around. And it's a funny little gag, but it's like the idea is like, oh, he stole some shit from the museum.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's reported on the news. And then he does other shit, like... The only one I remember right now is the fucking taking candy from a baby.
Yeah, that's definitely the best one. Some of these include, putting a grenade in a lamp so when someone pulls on it, it blows up. He walks an old lady into traffic. He plants another bubblegum bomb on a dog. And the news reporter is like, the news reporter's like, Sonic's a bad person, he's doing crimes so fast I can't even keep track of them all, and oh no, he's in the studio right now. And he does a prank on her.
Oh no, the Pseudosonic's behind me.
Oh no,
oh no, I have
coming.
AirPods in.
Oh god.
I
can't do fucking... He doesn't talk, so I can't be like, he's here!
Oh no, he just threw a pie in my face. How humiliating.
Yeah.
Like, a bunch of these just seem like weird pranks.
He does steal some money too, though, like...
Yeah,
he does, like,
rat isn't really trying.
Yeah. He does 2 real crimes, and then the rest are weird pranks.
They're all extremely good and fun crimes, though.
Yeah.
They're all crimes that make you look awesome.
Except, I guess, the grandma getting run over thing. That seems bad.
Yeah.
And maybe the grenade. But that's if it was real life. This is cartoon logic, so they're both fine.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe the grandma was racist.
Like, the grandma shows up in the next bit. So...
Yeah, we know she loves
and she's a fucking snitch.
Yeah, we know she loves cops.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Sonic's watching this on TV, and the grandma shows up and is like, "Hey, you're a no-good punk and I hate you. I'm calling the cops."
He whistles for the cops. This is the real Sonic watching this, and he's like, "That wasn't me. That wasn't me."
Yeah.
No, but it's cute that, like, even Tails is like, "How did you do that?" And Sonic's like, "Dude,
just come on.
I've been here the whole time. Hello?
I'm literally standing here." Shortly after, Sonic runs into Pseudo Sonic, who tries to tie him up, but Lawrence panics because he ran into the real Sonic, and he doesn't tie them properly, and they fall off. Sonic chases after him, and then the two of them, in their chase, run off of a cliff into Poison Flower Valley.
This is where the episode takes a turn.
Yeah. Oh,
they
boy.
both so remember Swollen Sonic from the comics?
Mm-hmm.
He's back.
You asked for it. He's back.
You asked
We all missed him so much.
He's back. He's back. He's just as itchy. He's slightly less bumpy, but he's just as inflated.
Yeah. And that's what you really want.
Yeah, because they kind of the poison flowers kind of do like a poison ivy reaction to the extreme, so they get all like big, and both Sonic and Lawrence do, because Lawrence like hops out of the Pseudo Sonic and is just like, dude, I'm just doing this because Robotnik has my parents. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. And Sonic's like, I mean, it's fine. I get it. I mostly just fucking hate Robotnik. Why am I so itchy? Oh my god.
Yeah.
And then funny explosion into Big Puffy.
They make a stop at the inflation station. They do just walk away. They can just do that.
They do, but like they walk away and are in a tent and just have to keep getting like scratched by Tails.
Yeah.
They have to keep getting infected by the inflation flower.
No, but Sonic is like like at first he's like, "Oh, I want to go save your parents and clear my name by saving your parents and also stopping you from having to do crimes." But Sonic's fucking exhausted because he's essentially has like an allergic reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So he just like can't run, and he falls asleep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Big nappy.
Yeah. Sonic and Lawrence are asleep, and Tails realizes it could be like a day or two before Sonic can actually do anything, and he's worried that might not be enough time for Lawrence's parents. But Tails gets an idea. Tails gets in the robot. He starts to figure out how to pilot it, and he runs.
So excited to be his hero.
Yeah. Just as you could be if you go out and buy Sonic 2 for the Sega Genesis. He runs over to Robotnik and is just overwhelmed by the speed. There's a fun little line when he gets there that This place gives me the creeps. That might be because only creeps live here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So inflated Sonic wakes up. He looks for Tails. Oh, by the way, Sonic's gonna be inflated for the rest of the episode until, like, Sonic says.
Yeah, he's never leaving.
He figures out where Tails is going. Tails is searching the lair for Lawrence's parents, and he finds them. But then he gets captured by Scratch and Grounder, who once again think he's the real Sonic. But Tails is able to get out of the suit and escape. Like, there's this whole bit where Robotnik's like, you nincombots, that's the pseudo Sonic. That's probably Lawrence inside.
But it's
then
not.
But no.
It's not.
And Tails could just go through the bars. And I'm like, why couldn't he do that inside Pseudo Sonic?
Sonic too chunky.
Yeah. Tails, like, hides out on the roof. And inflated Sonic shows up to help. He knows that Robotnik is gonna set a trap. So, he and Tails decide to, like, wait until Robotnik, like, says that. And figure out how to overcome it. Conveniently, Robotnik is right there, and he plans to use surface-to-Sonic missiles on Sonic, and he's going to lure Sonic in with the parents. So Sonic and Tails enact their plan. Tails drops an ice bucket on Robotnik, doing the ice bucket challenge. And it, like, shocks Robotnik so much that he falls out and has to hang on the ledge of the window. Sonic goes over to Scratch and Grounder, and he disguises himself as an Air Force general.
He looks very funny because he's still bloated, so he just looks like this big chunky Air Force general guy.
Yeah.
It's the perfect disguise. No one would ever say that's Sonic.
Yeah. Sonic drafts Scratch and Grounder as chess pilots.
He puts them on the Sonic missile thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, Robotnik wants you to test this. And they're like, won't it explode when it hits Sonic? Which, very reasonable question, but then Sonic, still in disguise is like, oh yeah, but that you'll see him explode, it'll be great. Not bringing up the fact that they'll explode too.
Yeah. He tells them they need to fire at Sonic once he gets into view. And that's when Tails' part of the plan comes in, where Sonic and Tails put Pseudo Sonic in front of the window Robotnik is hanging from. The missile gets fired at Robotnik. Explosion. Lawrence's parents are rescued. And the episode ends with Robotnik lamenting his loss at the hospital.
He's like, Sonic cleared his name, and I'm stuck with you shitty-ass robots.
Yeah. He says, I hate that hedgehog. The Sonic Says just was kind of fun. It was like, Sonic says, watch out for poison ivy. This is what it looks like. That's it.
Yeah, he's like, you don't have
That's
poison flowers, but you do have poison ivy. Wild.
Yeah.
And this is where I was just kind of like, oh, the poison ivy was important this episode.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be an episode about, like, the Metal Sonic that we just introduced.
Yeah, it's just it's about the time Sonic got inflated.
It's a set dressing for the time.
We are moving at quite a clip. Let me just check. We are 20 minutes in,
yeah. I mean, these aren't like long episodes of TV, and I feel like it's hard to be like.
It's hard to really observe or be analytical about this particular cartoon.
Also, I feel like I have more to say about the second one because it's very weird.
Yeah.
In like a different way. I mean, like, yes, this had an inflated Sonic, but I feel like at this point, inflated Sonic's not that weird because.
Like, just
it just happens.
We have talked about like giant tails already.
Right.
We are now talking about episode 27, Boogie Mania.
Pingas.
Yeah, this is the Pingas episode.
This is Pingas.
Bingus.
Let me open up my notes again. Sonic and Tails are setting up camp, and they're gonna eat.
It's the first time, at least in the episodes we've seen, them set up camp that has, like, a full-ass kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Sonic just pulls out, like, an oven and stove from nowhere, and a fridge, and just, like, all this shit to cook with.
Yeah.
Just goes into them.
A food processor. I'm like, where did he get this from? Did he steal it?
Yeah.
He ran to the store, bought it with real money, and then ran it all the way back.
Yeah.
Sonic?
He just took
with
it from
real money? Never.
I'm imagining him just going back to their last camp and carrying it over. He just does this every time.
I'm like, my dude, why don't you just have a house? Like,
Maybe.
I get that he's a traveler, and like in this, he likes to like travel around, be kind of like nomadic. But I'm like, what?
This is Sonic the Hedgehog 76. And they're about to eat, but their meal gets interrupted when a clown shows up.
This clown is so. Tails thinks this clown is the funniest thing in the whole world.
And he's right.
I swear to God. And he's right.
Yeah, the clown is super funny.
Yeah, he does some visual gags.
I feel like the show itself is funnier than the clown, if that makes sense.
He does some tricks and goofs, and I laugh.
Yeah. Then after Tails is extremely entertained by the extremely funny clown, it steals a chili dog and runs off. They follow after him, and they end up in this weird green cave.
Very echoey.
Yeah.
Also, they get followed in the cave by Coconuts, who's also echoey and really loud, and they don't hear him at all.
Yeah.
Coconuts is funny because every time I see him, he seems to just be doing whatever. Like, he never seems to be on, like, a mission from Dr. Robotnik. He just seems to be, like, out and about.
Yeah.
Like,
he's, like, there. He's not even... Because, like, the show already has, like, funny, like, minion characters.
Yeah, so he just, like, appears randomly and is like, oh boy, better tell Robotnik about this. And Robotnik's always just like, oh, you're still here?
Yeah, he wants to tell so he thinks about capturing Sonic, but he sees what happens. The clown is with Professor von Schlemmer, who is in this cave with his head attached to a machine. He wakes up and the clown goes into an opening on the machine, and Von Schlemmer tells Sonic that that's a clown he made with the power of his dreams.
I have the power of dreams and anime on my side.
And now I'll make a funny clown.
What
if I made the Joker?
What if when Hopes and Dreams started playing, a clown showed up?
I think that's just the Jevil.
I think so.
I think that's just the world revolving playing, actually, instead.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What good games. Anyway, so why a clown? I thought at first the way he said it, that it was like, oh, this only produces clowns from dreams. Nothing else. Just clowns.
Oh, that would be great.
I was like, oh, it's the clown nomadic. Okay.
Of course, when Robotnik first came alive, he made a bid to destroy all fun and joy, so he killed every clown in the world. This man is just trying to reintroduce a native species back into the planet. See, he's just trying to do a good job.
Yeah. Yeah. Professor Von Schlemmer explains that it's a dream-a-majig, and it brings characters from the dream world to the real world. Coconuts goes to tell Robotnik about this, and expects a promotion, but because Coconuts didn't steal the machine himself, and left Robotnik to do it, he gets demoted to... I don't remember this particular one. It's like Scrap Monkey something whatever. Oh, right, he has to clean out the dungeons.
Scrap, like, Bottom Monkey 3 or something.
Yeah.
Pingas Monkey 3. I watched I should say I watched the poop.
Yeah. Robotnik, so Scratch and Grounder show up, and Robotnik says,
"Snooping as usual, I see."
And this moment has a deep cultural importance because in the mid to late 2000s, people found out if you snip it just right,
pingas,
it sounds like he's saying penis. And this became a foundation of all YouTube poops to this day.
This destroyed an entire generation's sense of humor.
You mean make them live?
Yeah.
Rebuilt them.
This
Build back better.
This did damage to an entire generation's sense of humor.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Scratch and Grounder are like trying to be bootlicks. Robotnik calls them out on that. And then he comes up with a plan and says, now you can actually lick my boots.
Like, gross.
Yeah.
I hate his boots.
They're like, damn,
and they really have their tongues out.
Yeah.
Scratch and Grounder reaping, boot licking. Damn, we love this. Scratch and Grounder having to lick the boot, actually. Damn, we hate this.
He really wants them to lick his pingus.
Yeah.
He says,
this is in the
lick
poop.
it.
So... what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. Fuck, I forgot. Okay, I remember now I'm just suddenly remembering how in the very first episode of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, there is a scene where King Koopa demands his feet licked, and he gets his feet licked.
Oh, God.
There was like this, a year or two back, there was like this Mario blog that was just posting every single frame from the show, and it got some infamy because of the scene I mentioned being taken screenshotted frame by frame and uploaded over the course of several days.
Yeah, I think I remember that because that's all I just kept seeing and being like, oh, this is still going on.
Yeah.
Early
Great.
90s cartoons were obsessed with the idea of feet.
Inflation,
Inflation.
macro, tickle torture.
Maybe to reach their
we love
logical
cartoon.
conclusion with the show Totally Spies.
Yeah. Listen to Totally Reprise if you ever get the chance.
God, yeah. Totally Spies is definitely something special.
It's the pinnacle of horny.
Yeah. Yeah. Where was I? So, after that happens, there's a bit where Von Schlemmer tells Sonic that he needs a rare oil found in the jungles of a lost continent, but you can also get it at a local mini-mall. So Sonic goes off to do that. Tails demands the return of the Dream Clown, and Von Schlemmer is eager to accept. So they bring out the clown, and Scratch and Grounder use this as...
And they get clowned on because...
Yeah. Scratch and Grounder show up dressed up as clowns.
They pull a Sonic. They're dressed up.
Yeah. They trick Von Schlemmer into getting stuffed into a clown car with the Dream-a-Majig, and they just leave off to take it to Robotnik. And Coconuts captures Tails too.
It's for fun.
Yeah. Well,
his treat.
Yeah.
Because he likes it.
He does like it.
They're at Robotnik's lair. Coconut tells Robotnik about what he did, but he doesn't get promoted. He gets demoted again to clean out the sewers. He falls down a trapdoor. Tails gets carried away by a giant robot and thrown into prison. And Robotnik orders Von Schlemmer to convert the machine from a dream machine to a nightmare machine. At first he offers jewels, but then he says, you gotta do it or Tails is gonna suffer the consequences of your actions.
When he's offered jewels, he's like, absolutely, wait, no, I look terrible in jewels. Funny joke.
Yeah, Von Schlemmer has a lot of jokes where he's just kind of a weirdo.
He does have a little bit of weird, random
Yeah.
humor. He's got that absent-minded professor vibes.
Yeah, he talks about how it took 15 whole minutes to make a dream machine. He lists some weird ingredients to build the nightmare machine. Sonic returns to the cave, finds out that Tails and Schlemmer were kidnapped by Robotnik. He goes back. Von Schlemmer has finished converting the machine, but Robotnik doesn't keep up his end of the bargain. He has Von Schlemmer thrown into prison with Tails. Sonic shows up dressed as a locksmith, and he gets Scratch and Grounder to exchange their old keys for new keys.
This is so fucking... Listen, I know there's the whole thing is that they're dumb robots and stuff, but I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
What a weird, decision for funny Sonic dress up. I don't know why. This just, really, I was like, someone wrote this in, this episode in the half an hour it takes to put this episode up. Or to watch this episode.
Someone
I don't know.
wrote this and thought they did a very good job, is the thing about it.
There's so many... I feel like there's so many other things you could do with, keys Like, oh, a locksmith, or like, oh, he's trying to sell the magnet and like somehow magnetize the keys, or like, I don't know. I don't know why this got me so much, but I was just like, come on.
Yeah.
I know you're dumb bots or whatever, but like, this is ridiculous. This isn't even like a funny one.
Yeah.
I'm getting too heated about a stupid gag.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sonic frees them. Robotnik dreams up a three-eyed ghost, which we find out is the Boogeyman. Robotnik, because he's voiced by a British voice actor, calls him a boogeyman. He has this microphone that he can use to order him around, and he makes him fight Sonic. Sonic runs up a wall. The boogeyman runs through it. He rescues Tails and Von Schlemmer. The boogeyman's running wild, but once Robotnik gets a microphone, it's all under control. So, Robotnik and his boys go out on a pillaging spree, where the boogeyman scares away villagers, and Robotnik and his boys loot the houses for all valuables. They're just gonna keep doing this for a while. So Sonic and Tails get Von Schlemmer to create a new machine. He creates a new thing called the Dream-a-Doodle, which, instead of bringing out things from dreams, puts people into dreams. And they go to Dreamsville. Coconuts.
Dreamsville.
Yeah. Coconuts, wanting one more try to get the promotion, goes in, and they end up in Dreamsville. It's the Undertow from Eidolon Playtest.
I haven't listened to that yet,
Yeah.
this podcast yet, but the whole like thing is that it's like a surreal landscape because it's dream stuff, so it's like weird mix match of animals and stuff together.
Yeah.
And man, I could see I don't know if you saw an HKIP Ion drawing a unicorn based on suggestions that they got. Where it has like an eggplant head and a hippopotamus body. This could be there. That could be in this dream world. But Coconuts ends up on like a weird blob thing with legs. What is it?
Yeah.
I don't really know what it is.
Yeah, I fucking forgot what it looked like. I
don't know how to explain it, because it is weirdly forgettable, but it is also weird at the same time.
Yeah. This show is a cryptid.
The show just does whatever it wants, whenever it wants.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stimuli, and that's why kids liked it so much, I think.
Yeah, probably.
There's just a lot of stimuli and colors all at once.
Yeah.
It almost felt like the show is almost already a Dreamville.
Yeah.
So it's like, this isn't that weird in comparison.
They find a lady called the Dreammeister, who is like one of those like old-timey, I don't even know what the position is called, but like from like she connects callers. Phone operator, yeah.
Phone operator.
Yeah. She connects dreamers instead to dreams.
Yeah.
That, you know, like when people fall asleep, they have like connect this dream to that dream.
Yeah.
But she has a lot of limbs, and for some reason, like because they're kind of like long limbs, they remind me of the dude from Spirited Away slightly. You know what I'm talking about? The one with where he has all those suit sprite friends to help him.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah, I forget his name.
Kamaji.
Yeah.
She gives him a note, but it's just complete gibberish. It's like a collection of weird symbols.
Gaster speak to me.
Yeah. It says dark, darker, yet darker.
It says gay, gay, homosexual, gay.
It's some wingding ass shit.
Sonic and Tails go back. Coconuts tries to set up a bottomless pit, but he accidentally puts a sign on top of a dream monster and it attacks him.
Yeah, it's just like a monster that comes out of the ground suddenly.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah. Von Schlemmer is able to translate the note. And
because they come back to the real world first.
Yeah, they go back. Von Schlemmer translates the note, and it's a list of ingredients, and it's all stuff like red dye number 2, super fat, etc., etc. And they figure out, if you have junk food, you can have a nightmare and summon a bigger, scarier boogeyman. And they can scare off Robotnik's boogeyman by giving Tails junk food and making him go to sleep while connected to the machine.
Motherfucking nightmare.
Yeah. Coconuts gets back to Robotnik and he tries to warn them about Sonic, but Robotnik doesn't care because he's too busy enjoying the spoils of his pillage.
Did we talk about how, like, all the villagers were just in their underwear?
Oh yeah, they got scared out of their clothing for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sonic disguises himself as a doctor and gives Robotnik a bunch of things to make him fall asleep.
Cookies and milk.
Yeah.
And a bed. And
yeah.
Gives him a bunch of things to give him tummy troubles.
I guess so.
That would not make me fall asleep.
It would
that would do the opposite.
I would be getting up every 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's when Tails' Mega Boogeyman shows up. The Boogeymen fight.
Oh, the Mega Boogeyman's made out of food. Did we say that?
I meant to say that, yeah. It's made out of food. The Mega Boogeyman beats the regular one, and Robotnik's Boogeyman is sent back into his mind. Tails is nice to the Mega Boogeyman. There's some bits about being fat, and Sonic does a really weird one-liner about, like, I'll take 12,000 chili dogs. And he's like, hey, a guy can dream. The end.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why did he say that? That just seemed like a weird thing to end on. Like, I don't know. It seemed like a weird joke. It seemed like it was timed weirdly. I don't know. Am I being too picky here? I
feel like they were struggling for a lesson this episode.
Yeah. Yeah. This episode definitely had one draft. That or they were working with a very strict deadline.
Then it took the half an hour that it took to write to show this.
Yeah. It took less than half an hour for us to describe it.
I tried to extend it out by fucking complaining about the keys.
Yeah.
There's just like a bunch of nonsense that goes on here.
Mm-hmm.
Just felt like not that every episode of this show is like amazing or anything like that, but like this episode this one just in particular felt very like stiff joke wise.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
It felt like they thought about the funny idea of like, oh, make your dreams come true, and that is like the only idea they thought of.
Yeah.
Which was a cool idea. I love a dream shit. That's why I'm really into Hollow Knight, hello?
They just didn't know where to go from there. They were like, yep, that's all I got.
Mm-hmm. There
They
is
look
one Sonic
backwards and failed.
says. There is one Sonic says. Sonic says, "Don't stay up too late and get plenty of rest."
And he's
Uh,
right. I keep
he is
staying up
right.
too late, and I feel like shit the next day.
Hmm.
Does it mean I'm gonna change? Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
So yeah. Let's see if we've got any asks. I think we got one set of questions from Jasmine. Yeah, that's it. I nothing on Twitter. Just this one set of questions from Jasmine. Jasmine at Pidmon asks 3 questions. Since Robotnik was saying snooping as usual, do you think he's a bad player in Among Us? I think
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This Robotnik would be way too excited about being the imposter and just immediately give himself away.
Yeah, I think the Sad
Yeah.
AM is good at it. I think the Sad AM one is a lot better at Among Us.
Yeah.
This one is just like, yes, I love to kill people.
Yeah, he actively says, "Damn, I'm not the imposter this time," whenever he doesn't get it.
Yeah. I think Game Robotnik would be okay. I think he could lie decently.
Probably depends.
He
Yeah.
would probably just chuckle mischievously every time.
Yeah.
He might also like, I don't know why he would be playing with Sonic, but I think the game one in particular would always think Sonic's the imposter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This also this Sonic, I think the AOSTH Sonic would probably make somehow be a very good imposter, but inexplicably.
Well, yeah, it's just like he dresses up and everyone. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. If you had to engineer a nightmare for any random billionaire, how quickly would you incept the idea of giving their peons fair pay? The movie had 3 layers plus limbo. Give us your combo of locations. Took me a moment to like put this together, but it finally occurred to me that
it's Inception, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Been a while. I haven't seen it. I've seen Paprika a lot more recently, so
yeah. I've seen like a little bit of Inception once. I've seen Paprika at least twice. Man, what if like Okay,
love
so like
to just be those nightmares.
Yeah.
Just saying. This is clearly not a threat.
Yeah,
Yeah, would love to be the cause in Minecraft.
I think like none of us have the ability to give billionaires nightmares, but I think what I would want to do is like I think I definitely want like at least one sequence where they're penniless. Maybe they're working for themselves. I think I want to have a part of the dream where they have to commute via either bus or not very good car.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And they have to drive it themselves.
Yeah. Probably.
I think I want it to be the plot of Undercover Boss, but instead of it being like, oh, I'm your boss and undercover and I get to like say I want to fire you at the end of this or give you money because I'm benevolent and kind, haha. Instead, it's just the workers are just allowed to shit on them constantly and they're never allowed to like not be undercover. Like they just wake up in someone else's body and the workers are just like, God damn, do I hate my boss and do I love how the fact that we get paid fairly?
Yeah.
But they can't quit or they'll die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would want to I would make this a reoccurring dream so they weren't just like, oh, this happened once and I thought I was
Yeah.
lowly worker, but it's like, no, it's every single time you sleep.
Yeah, you just wake up in like a
And
different
it would
shitty section of the company.
and it wouldn't
I
just be like
think the
their
last part of
job, but like their living situation.
I
What?
think the very last part of the dream would be like some very clear statements of what they need to do, which is fair wages or explaining how bad things are or what not, because I think they might misinterpret it and just go even more off the rails if I didn't do that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really like to twist things in their own favor, don't they?
Yeah.
They really just go, damn, it's everyone else's fault.
Yeah. So that wraps up.
Did you want to do the 3 layers or whatever?
I honestly can't think of any. If you can,
Yeah. I was thinking like
Although-
fun dream locations and I feel like a lot of it would just look like dumb versions of Sonic Zones,
Yeah. This is dumb Green Hell Zone.
No, but I meant more like dumb as in like not very creative Sonic worlds. Or like, oh, this one's in space and this one's underwater and blah 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 blah.
Okay. I'm gonna roll for the next episode.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Oh, hey, we rolled a 1.
Oh.
So, we will. Damn, are we talking about classic games again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we're talking about Sonic 3 and Knuckles. We'll talk about the Sonic 3 half, I guess. So next time, expect that.
Is and Knuckles its own? Would that be
Yeah.
its own? Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So,
Yeah.
let's take it to a close. I'm Dan. You can find me at a lot of places, and you can find those places at linktr.ee/Mike_Dawson with a 0. From there, you can find my Twitter. You can find the other podcasts I do, which include Pod of Greed, a Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. An episode was recorded earlier today. We've started the second half of we started the second arc of the first season. You can listen to Stranger's Fiction, an actual play podcast focused on one-shots. Our most recent episode that got uploaded as of this recording is a final bid session where we played a Western story. And last but not least, you can visit at Xbox_holiday, where Usher celebrates holidays with Xbox. Our next holiday, or the closest holiday to the next upload, will be International Women's Day. Happy International Women's Day, Xbox. We're gonna take the X and make it a W box.
Hell yeah. Girl boss. Girl box.
Girl box.
Girl box.
Girl box. Morg, where can we find you?
You can find me at Haunting the Morg on Twitter. That's Haunting the MORG. You can also find me on my other Twitter. God damn it. My other podcast that I almost introduced this podcast with, Departure Lounge, a an airplane-based, ex-hunter podcast, where I go through the show for the first time with my two co-hosts who've seen it before and love it, and make me, gone pilled. No. That's it. Yeah. Devon, where can we find you?
You can find me also on Twitter at Grooving Ghastly, and also on a Hunter x Hunter podcast not related to Morg called Going Will Hunting, where me and my two co-hosts go for it not the first time and just talk about how it's good and we like it actually.
Yeah. You can find us at ShuffleSonic on Twitter. And from there you can find our Discord as well, which is linked in the show notes of every episode. Join the discussion. Send us questions. We are always eager for more activity. There's not a whole lot. It's usually just one or two regulars.
Sometimes I like a quiet Discord, though.
Yeah.
I have too many, fucking chatty ones, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some constantly active.
And we are a noise space podcast. You can find them at noisespace.xyz because it's Canadian. And this week I'm gonna shout out City Girls Make Do, which just ended. I don't remember if I mentioned that last time, but City Girls Make Do ended. It's a Sex and the City podcast. I would say one of the most distinct things about it is that it is a modern 2010/2020s look at a sex-positive show from the 90s/2000s.
It's so funny.
It's incredible.
City Girls Make Do, more like City Girls Make Done. I'll be here all night.
They have been having like a whole bracket for the best titles, and the titles in the show are amazing.
Incredible shit.
Just
God tier.
Yeah.
I've been on the show twice as a guest. They were great episodes too.
One great episode I can read off. There's a lot of these are very adult names, so I'll just read one that's less adult.
We say fuck here. No,
yeah.
Some of them are actually pretty raunchy.
Yeah. You can listen to. Oh God, I'm trying to find one.
What about one of the ones that are competing against each other, like
oh yeah,
the ladder match for Alex Pussy, and then what is it? You were born canceled, and you have to Jamila back up to heaven or something.
Exactly. I need to get back. I need to finish listening to that show. I was listening it to a very long time. I was a very big fan. I regularly contributed questions at Aiden Voices. Or not Aiden Voices, who is the fucking dude?
Miranda! No, oh my god, Steve Voice.
Steve. Yeah, Steve. I haven't done that in a while. And now I can't do it anymore because the podcast is over.
I think they might be doing another one, though, so...
Yeah, they will be doing a new podcast. I just don't know what it is currently.
Hi, it's Dan. It's been a week since we recorded, and in that time I now know the new series that Alex and Steph are going to work on. It's called County Girls Make Do, and it's about the OC. Go listen to it when it goes up. I don't know if it's up yet. I'll see ya. Bye.
So, as always, Sonic is real, he is strong, and he is my friend.
He is the only blue live that matters.
The only one.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Pinga, pinga,